Thank you for that performance. Now we would like to introduce you your 2018-2019 Senior Class President, Sushil Darji, who will be giving his senior farewell address. Please welcome Sushil Darji.
Good evening, students, graduating seniors, families, and our respected faculty. Thank you for joining us in the graduation ceremony of Highland High School's class of 2019. I know we have been counting the days since senior year began, but today it is over, but it seems like it's just started. Each milestone in high school has made the journey even more memorable. Senior sunrise, homecoming, prom, senior sunset, and everything in between. And now, our final walk as Hornets. On a day of celebration, there is so much to be thankful for. We would not be here this evening without the support from our wonderful teachers, our incredible administrators, and our loving parents. I especially want to thank my parents for making the decision to move to the United States from Nepal. As a refugee family, we have been through a lot. From living in such poverty place in Nepal and moving to America and seeing the two different sides of the world, we are so incredibly thankful for the amazing opportunities we have received. We arrived in New Mexico on April of 2009. As many of you may know, during this time of the season, in New Mexico, the weather changes a lot. It would go from hail that is the size of a pebble to the sun blazing heat on your skin. But one day it snowed. Well, it didn't really snow much, but it was my first time ever seeing snow. As I stared from our living room window, it was the most pure and beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Just like seeing my first snow, I started to do and see things for the first time. I had my first bite of McDonald's hot and spicy, and my first time stepping into a school with buildings and playgrounds. My first time holding a pencil and creating an image. And now, after 10 years, I'm proud to say I'll be the first in my family to attend a university. Not just refugees and immigrant parents have sacrificed so much for better for their kids, but every parent has. And I just want to say thank you to all parents for loving, giving us your support, and being by our sides in every step of the way. Like our extraordinary teachers, we have our like our extraordinary parents, we have our remarkable teachers who helped us through this amazing journey and made classes memorable. First, I want to thank our freshman teachers who don't get recognized by the time we graduate. Because of these amazing teachers, they led us to the path of success throughout high school. They were the first impressions we saw. I especially want to thank Mr. Snyder. I had Mr. Snyder for New Mexico history just for a semester. During this time, I saw him going all out for human versus zombies and dressing up for assemblies. Seeing this encouraged me to join clubs and do things I would never do. Thank you, Mr. Snyder, and all the freshman teachers for getting us out of our comfort zone. Next, I want to thank Mrs. Spratley, who was our senior class sponsor. I first met Mrs. Spratley at Senate Camp last summer, where I learned about Parcheesi. Mrs. Spratley has woken up 4 in the morning and stayed late in the afternoon, helping us seniors in creating one of the best years of our life. So thank you, Mrs. Spratley, for everything you have done. Art is my passion, as many of you may know. I want to change the world with this ability that I have. I want people to see the world as I see it. I wouldn't be this confident about art without the teaching of Mr. Gomez. Mr. Gomez has inspired me Mr. Gomez has inspired me to be creative in a place full of creative people and a place with no creative people. Thank you, Mr. Gomez, for challenging me to make me a better artist. And I can't forget to thank the one and only Mr. Landis. You have seen us grow and develop from freshman jumpstart to our graduation day. You have inspired me to not let negativities get in my head and do what's best for me and to think about how my decision can affect other people. You taught me that the mistake we'll make now will help us what we will do in the future. Lastly, I want to thank my class. Being a foreigner and still having trouble speaking English, you made me feel like I belong. This past 4 years, you accepted me for who I truly am, and I thank you for that. Well, class of 2019, as we all go our separate ways, I want to wish you all the best of luck. Don't ever give up on what you believe in. I'm sure you'll succeed in anything you'll do. Congratulations, class of 2019, and don't forget to be the first.